have not brought it across to PS4 yet, and I can't live stream from the PS3. So I decided to go for the next best. Well, I say next best thing. Some people might view it as like better than Dark Souls 1, while others would view Dark Souls 1 as being the better one. In my opinion, I think all three Dark Souls games are pretty damn good, to be fair. I mean, obviously they all have their different flaws and fuck-ups. So yeah. So anyway, I'm going to start a new game and just generally chill, basically. Those of you that have watched my channel will know that I did start a Final Fantasy X guide, but due to my internet being a pain, I was unable to continue. So at some point I will get a graphics card and I will finish it that way. So keep an eye out for my videos later on in time. I can't actually give you any dates for that as of yet. Right now I should also point out that the weather outside is looking rather rough. Looks like we've got a bit of a thunderstorm coming in, so I don't know how long this internet connection is going to hold for. So if it cuts out, I do apologise. Whenever the weather's been bad around it, it's always affected my internet and made it incredibly difficult for me to get online. So like I said, you know, my apologies if it does cut off. So before I begin, I'm just going to switch controllers, as the one I'm using is now apparently dying according to my PS4. So just bear with me for 2 seconds while I change that. Alright then, that's that sorted. So with that, let's dive into Dark Souls 2. Now,
perhaps
as I go through Dark Souls 2, I'm probably going to mute the mic, since I do tend to do a lot of swearing and I'd rather not have my swearing online. I'll try to show you all as many of the secret passageways and stuff like that for those of you that have never played the game before, just to sort of give you a rough idea.
A place where souls may mend your ailing mind.
So with that, I'm going to cut the mic, or at least for now anyway.
You will lose
I'll explain
everything.
things, well, maybe a few things as I go through.
Once branded,
just for those of you that are new to Dark
the
Souls
symbol
craft,
of
so
the
to speak.
curse,
Right, I'm going to cut them up there.
of darkness.
Mic even. Enjoy the show.
Your past, your future, your very light. None will have meaning, and you won't even care. By then, you'll be something other than human. A thing that feeds on souls, a hollow. Long ago, in a walled-off land far to the north, a great king built a great kingdom. I believe they called it Drang Lake. Perhaps you're familiar. No, how could you be? But one day, you will stand before its decrepit gate without really... drawn to a flame. Your wings will burn in anguish. Time after time. For that is your fate. The fate of the cursed.
Okay, so that was the introduction video to the game. So with that, let's head to the first destination point. Now there are a few items around here that we can pick up, one of which I advise caution when trying to get to, since it is guarded by a giant ass hippo that will not hesitate to take your head off. So your first item, as I've just shown you, you come around to the right and it's just stuck on that branch. There's a path here somewhere, but right now I can't actually seem to remember where it is. Oh, hang on, wait a minute. No, that leads me back where I came from. Oh, actually, it might be through into the next bit. Wait a minute. Yeah, here we go. So, come through here. Now, this is where the giant ass hippo is, so we have to be careful. The item that he's got. Oh. Oh no, yeah, there it is. Gold pine resin. For those of you that are new to this game. Oh, shit. That was not supposed to happen. Unfortunately, it can happen if your evasion skills are as shit as mine are. I should point out that it has been a while since I've played this, so I am going to be a tad rusty. But still, feel free to take the piss if you wish. Since I had no souls on me, I'm not even actually... I will go this way simply because it's the quickest way to get to... Which is it, this side or is it the other side? Let's grab that. Oh, crap. Yeah, like I said, I'd advise a lot of caution when dealing with him. Right, okay, it's on the other side, I wasn't sure. When you get across this side of the bridge, if you're facing this door, go to your left, and hidden behind these bushes here is a little passageway that leads you to the other item that's in this area, which is, oh yeah, it's a small, smooth and silky stone, which those of you that already know can be given to the crow. Those of you that didn't, like I just said, it goes to the crow. The nest can be found in the bewitched area, which is the next area after this. So at this point, we choose our class, select a name.
Your face. The face of the curse.
I'm going to go with my PSN name. Reason for this being, ladies and gentlemen, is because in the past when I've played this game I have pissed a few people off in PvP matches. So it's more for my own safety. I'm not being a coward or anything, I just don't want the hassle.
Here's your reward for sharing.
So here we've got choosing the class. So first of all, your gift and class. I'm going to go with... Well, my normal choice is a warrior, but I'm just thinking about maybe going for a slightly different change. You know what, I'm going to go with my normal class. I'll stick with the warrior. And I think I'll choose the Seed of the Giant as my gift. So then you can change your body type, gender and physique, stuff like that, your face, and then there's the advanced settings which let you change lots of different bits and pieces. But I'm not going to prat around with that today, I'm just going to stick to what I've got. I'm going to keep it nice and simple.
All people come here for the same reason, to break the curse.
Yes, we know about this. Obviously, for those of you that want to watch the little cutscenes there, by all means go for it. But I've watched it so many times where I've created so many different profiles, it begins to bore me now. But when I come across all the boss fights as I go through, I will stop and watch those cutscenes, though, for those of you who haven't seen them before. Just to sort of give you newbies a taste of what you're up against, should you decide to take on the Dark Souls 2 game. So with this area, quite a lot of it's actually blocked off at the moment by statues that require the fragrant branch of yore. So for now, we'll bypass this area and we'll come back to it later. Instead, we're just going to make our way straight to Majula, which will be, throughout the game, your base point and safety zone. Well, to a degree. I mean, there's three little, well, I can only describe them as little pig things, really. Now, I would say that they're not really that great of a threat as long as you don't go near them. But if you do go near them, then be careful. For saying they're such small creatures, unbelievably, I've had my ass handed to me by them a fair few times, which I'm going to admit is rather humiliating for me. But then again, I'm probably not alone. So again, there's a fair few items around here as well. But this room here is where your blacksmith will be. Speaking of which, here he is. But you need to get the key before he'll do anything. So we'll leave him for now. Oh, bloody hell, I'm stuck. There we go. We'll be going down there later. You're probably thinking how, well, those of you that have never played the game before are probably thinking, how the frickin' hell do you get down there? Well, there is a trick to it. Well, actually there's two ways of getting down. There's the easy, simple way, the logical way rather. Then there's the dumbass way, for those of you that just can't be asked to spend the souls. You've got this cat here. And she has a few rings on her, which obviously at the moment I can't actually purchase. She can also give you the ability to abandon the covenant that you're in at the time as well. This ring here is particularly helpful. It's called the Silver Cat Ring, which reduces the damage from falling. Now, I'm willing to bet that a lot of my fellow Dark Soulers usually end up killing themselves from falling from stuff and taking too much damage. I've done it a fair few times myself, and so like I say, I'm willing to bet that some of my fellow Dark Soulers probably have done the same thing. Now there is also, I don't remember where the blooming thing is now. I think it's around about here somewhere. I can't get through there, so it's not going to be. Yeah, it must be. Here we go. If you drop down here, and then drop down again, you'll find the secret path that leads to another item. Actually, that's one button. So used to the PS3 style. Well, it's not exactly great, but it's better than what I was wielding, so we'll take it. That was the binoculars I just picked up, wasn't it? They're very useful for when you want to use magic, although I never actually bother with it myself. For those of you that have not played Dark Souls before, the reason I just hit that chest is because some of them are mimics. I can also confirm that from second playthrough onwards, this chest is a mimic. You see, when they remade the game from the PS3 version to the PS4 version, they decided to change a lot of things around, including where a lot of the mimic chests were and things like that. I'm assuming it was designed to catch people off guard. Certainly worked with me, I'll give it that. Now, instead of crossing the bridge, drop down to your left very carefully. There's a chest underneath. Now later on, that chest will contain 5 human effigies. Now a little trick for you, if you want to stock up on the human effigy and then keep coming back to this chest, it will keep restocking it every time. And since the enemies around here are pretty weak anyway, it won't really matter too much. The only thing that I would advise you watch out for is that there is another giant hippo there. As long as you keep your distance, he will actually leave you alone. You can quite easily get past him without too much hassle, which is very helpful. There it is. So about halfway down to the right is your next bonfire. Now we've got a lot of soldiers coming up, so it's going to be a bit of a brawl. My bad, should have blocked instead of swinging. Oh, well, we've got an archer on us as well. I'll come back and pick that up in a minute. Let's do away with Mr. Archer first of all. Last thing we need is an arrow up the bum while we're trying to pick items up. There we go. Oh. See, this is the thing with this game. You think you've cleared house, and then all of a sudden you have another enemy just come out of nowhere. It's one of the things I like about the game, is it certainly keeps you on your toes. They seem to be really good at hiding like the enemies and the mobs and whatnot. They'll put some in plain sight to make you think, oh right, okay, I've got this, this and this to deal with, and then you think you've cleared them all, and like I said before, you know it, you've got another one coming out of nowhere. But of course, those of us that have played Dark Souls a lot now will probably come to expect it now, so we don't get caught out as much. Broken straight sword, one of the most pointless weapons in the game. Now, the archer that's up there, there is a way to get up there. Ow! No gang raping, thank you very much. It's not very nice. Tag teamed. And you see, this is one of the items that I really like about this game, and yet they took it out in Dark Souls 3, which is really annoying. One of the things that made Dark Souls so ridiculously hard is the fact that there were hardly any healing items whatsoever. Oh yeah, before I go up the ladder, when you get to this ladder, turn to your right and just... oh shit. Don't do that. Yeah, I cocked that jump right up. But basically there's a ledge over that side that you can run and jump across to. Obviously I just kind of, well, balls that up. So yeah, let's try that again, shall we? And of course I'm going to have to go through this lot again. Oh, Hollow's got issues. Okay, that's interesting. There's some symbols. Flipping more. I forgot how aggressive they made them in this compared to its original on the PS3. See, one of the beauties of the life gem is you can also keep moving while you're using it. Okay, so what I thought I saw earlier actually was just a guy playing dead. I thought the game had bugged out on me for a split second, but it hadn't, so we'll disregard that. Right, let's get you. I think what we're going to do is we'll deal with the troops that are up there first. I'm just wondering. There we go, that's how it should have gone the first time round. Have I got any better weapons than this epoxy bloody... okay, no worries, we'll go with that. To get a bit further in, I'll be using a few personal favourites. So hoping not to trigger him just yet. So this time round, to avoid being bombed, I'm going to quickly nip up here and... Apparently I'm going to have to deal with this pain in the arse. Let's try that again, shall we? That way. So again, another running jump's required here to get right down to the end. Hey, short sword. Oops, wrong button. I can tell I've not played this in a while because I keep making amateur mistakes. Now I know that weapon I've just selected is weaker than what I was using, but I prefer my swords to my maces and things. I find them easier to use. So this is me being more strategic than going overpower. Actually, wait a minute, before I drop back down, I think... Yeah, there is. I could have sworn there was a chest up here. Yeah, of course, they moved everything around, didn't they, when they remade it. Of course, the other thing with this is when they brought this across, they didn't really make a guidebook for it. They just left us to use the original, which when they remade this kind of became obsolete. Okay, went straight through my shield. Go figure. And again, my stamina may have still been recovering. Of course, that's one of the really biggest habits I have on this game, and I really should learn to stop doing it. I'll keep swinging and I won't give my stamina a chance to recover. Probably what got me killed a lot back in the day, actually. I need to start taking my time a bit more. rather hoping to get a backstab on him, but oh well. Those ones can be a particularly pain in the ass because they swing vigorously for quite a period of time before their stamina actually gives in. Oh yeah, I forgot about him. Only those bombs could actually hurt them as well as me. Would have made it so much easier just then. Some items up this end? Yes, there is. Buckler. I believe that's the type of shield, but I believe it's one of the really naff ones. Although I say it's naff, you'd be surprised what some of the Dark Soulers on this game have managed to do with some of the crappiest equipment in the game. It's actually quite impressive. So I suppose what I'm trying to say is, you can call it crap, but you'd be surprised as to what you can actually do with it. Just restock my flask. Actually, I don't think... yeah, it's a good thing I've got life gems on me, because I've forgotten to do one very critical thing. I've forgotten to talk to the Emerald Herald. What a numpty. So this lady here, she'll have the key you need to get the blacksmith into his little shop. Once you've defeated the first 2 bosses in this area, talk to her again and use the bonfire, and she will move to Majula, which I'll show you where she moves to in Majula as well when I get to it. I'm just going to have to double back on myself a second, since I have made probably one of the biggest cock-ups ever.
Are you, or merely the bearer of the curtain?
Always make sure you talk to this one first when you get to Majula, because she'll give you an Estus flask. To get more of them, simply collect the Estus shards throughout the game. I'll try to sort of grab at all of them. So while we're here, we'll just let the blacksmith into his house. Also in here, in this chest, get your very first bow as well. Short bow. Now again, it's not really that great of a bow, but again, you'd be surprised what it can actually do. It's got me out of a fair share of tight spaces, shall I say. Shit, wrong bonfire. Right then, before we continue further in, we're just going to come back on ourselves and we're going to drop down here. Because down the bottom here is one of my personal personal favourite swords that I like to use when I'm starting off. It's can become quite a powerful little thing as well, actually. all that interesting. I don't know whether my mate was calling me a bitch or saying something else was a bitch, but interesting. Anyway, so we just drop down here. Oop. Now, on your way down, there is... Is it further down? Yeah, it's further down. When you get down to here, instead of going all the way down the tree branch, down this way, go this way instead, because if you run and jump to here, get a prism stone. Now, prism stones don't really have much use, but they can still be sold for a few souls. There'll be little helps. Here comes the big guy. Now these guys are relatively easy to see. Simply strike, roll back, he'll swing to the ground, roll forward and repeat. If you're feeling confident, maybe get more than one swing, but instead just... Oh shit. Okay, that was my fault. I should have let my stamina regen. So... There we go. Of course, I know I'm swinging willy-nilly at all these little creatures, but I deem them to be quite easy, and it won't really matter if I get swung for and take a bit of damage. Later on, when I get to the harder things, you will see a change in my fighting style. I'll be a lot more cautious. Fire longsword. Now the fire longsword, I've done it again, push on right. The fire longsword is the weapon that I want to come after. Oh, I can actually equip it now. Oh, beautiful. I'll do that then. I wasn't sure if I had the stats for it yet. I know its base strength stat seems weaker than what I was wielding, however, the fire element in it does make up for it. Sorry if I stopped dead in my tracks every now and again, people. I'm currently chatting with one of my mates and... Oh hello, apparently I left them alive. Oh no, of course I reset the bonfire, didn't I? My bad. Enough of that. Now, in a second, I'm going to actually show you a little bit of cheating, so to speak. Or rather, I say cheating, I'd say it's more of a cock-up on the game designer's part. Basically, this door here, locked, requires a key. Or does it? Ta-da! Like I said, I'd say it's a fuck up in game design, really. So if you see any of these little Titanite lizards, be sure to try and take them out as best you can, because they do drop shards of all different types. Once you've done collecting all the items up here, just very carefully edge your way onto this branch here, because there's a divine blessing on the tree branch. And the divine blessing, for those of you that don't know, is a healing item that will heal your character to full health from whatever amount you've got left. Bear with me a minute, people. Right, so for this bit, normally what I tend to do, so as to make sure I get everything, is I'll drop up here and then drop down there. Oh, come on, I had my shield up. God damn it. You're not going to come out of there, are you? You're going to be a royal pain. Come on. There we go. So when you get up here, watch out for the bloody archers. There's two of them, one on either side of you. Ooh, that's close. Once you get in here, for God's sake, don't run forward just yet, because that boulder will fuck you up. Excuse my language. Oh shit. Sorry, my bad. I thought you were an enemy. Oh shit. Right, the guy that I just struck a minute ago accidentally was actually the wait, he's the map guy basically, the cartography guy. He gives you the key to the mansion, so for God's sake don't kill him like I almost just did. I actually fucked up royally just then. I didn't realise it was him. Completely forgot he was there. And so of course I've run in like a bull in a china shop and really slaughtered him. Thankfully I managed to stop myself before I killed him.
Now, yes. Wait. No, then what? Were you looking? Wonderful.
Again, he'll move himself to the mansion once you've beaten the sewer boss and the lost giant, and you've cleared out the mansion. Those 3 requirements must be fulfilled before he'll move. I think I have actually missed an item. I'm just trying to remember how to get to Z item. Right, so it's got to be done from that central pillar. Okay. There we go. Titanite shards are very useful for upgrading. Now, stupid question time. How do I get back up? Oh, yeah, here we go. Just drop down this side and then up the ladder. It's pretty simple. Now, with the pursuer boss, it's possible to actually take him on outside of his boss area, and you'll get extra souls for doing so. But I would advise being very careful if you're going to do so. Shit, I was hoping to dodge that. I can't be bothered to go back down there just to kill him. There's a shortcut to the bonfire for those of you that didn't know. I'm just going to go back to Medulla a second and level up because I don't particularly fancy losing all these souls. Plus I might try and upgrade my sword while I'm at it. So to level up, simply come to the Emerald Herald Hill.
So that bearer
Once you've exhausted her very tiring dialogue. This is also where you'll get more flasks as well by giving her the Estus shards if you have any. So, where to start? If you're going with a sword class, you want to be getting your strength and dexterity up as much as possible, along with obviously your vigor and endurance and whatnot. If you're going magic, then obviously intelligence, atonement and faith are the way to go. Now usually later on in time I tend to sort of balance myself between all of them. I use magic and swords together. And it's worked out quite well for me in the past. I think I'm going to see to my health and endurance for now. Let's use these up while we're at it. See, again, this is another thing I hate about Dark Souls 3, the fact that you have to keep going into your infantry and then using them one after another. Or you'll have to put them into your toolbar to do it, whereas this one you can literally select all and use them all in one go. That was stupid if you ask me.
You, the name, and you, the man, not you're
So I need more Titanite shards. I'm not sure. You have Titanite shards, don't you? I'm sure you do. Yes, you do.
I'll be around.
That'll do for you. Right then, time to move on to the next area, I suppose. Well, next part of this area. I think we're almost ready to deal with the Lost Giant, actually. Actually, I'd say we're probably more than ready to deal with it. As for the Pursuer, that's going to require a bit more of an unorthodox. I should point out I've never been any good at dealing with the Pursuer. Ah! You! Flip's sake. Bloody hell. A bomber up the top really does do my head in. Now with this bit, the trick is to run in quickly, get their attention, and then run back out. And they'll take the damage for you. Well, some of them will. Oh, bugger. Poor timing on my part. Any more of you want to crawl out of the woodwork? No? Oh, good. I have to do something about my life gem problem in a moment. Oh shit! Ow! That's probably something else I should have pointed out to those of you that have never played the game before. In this one, and its original on the PS3, they decided it was a clever idea to put booby trap chests in as well, which I've got to admit is an ingenious idea, but just be aware of it. You get poison chests, arrow chests, and there is one other one, but I still, for the life of me, not actually managed to work out what it actually does. When I get to it, perhaps I'll just sort of hover in front of it for my viewers. Maybe some of my fellow Dark Souls may be able to tell me exactly what it is. I really hate those bloody spearmen. They are one of my biggest bloody banes on this game. Now there is another doorway over here, but I need a Pharaoh's Lockstone to activate the switch over there, which currently I don't have. Actually, do I have one? Let's find out. No, I haven't. You can find them throughout numerous places in the game. Although at the moment I can't actually remember for the life of me where they all are. Off the top of my head, I believe there might be one in the mansion, possibly, but I'm not sure on that.
Hello there. Well, I hope you have a very good reason.
Ah, Pete.
My name, Elijah. Be careful.
Be wary of this guy. He likes to drop you into very bad situations. Now, instead of running in through the front gate there, I am going to suggest an alternative route. So we come through here and up here. Now, up until recently, I used to think that this was a shitty one-way system, but actually, it's not. Actually, it's easier to go in from this side and sneak up on them from behind than it is to go in through the front door. Because the amount of times I've gone through that front door and got murdered. Second, so that's that door there. So it should be. Oh, one of those. Yeah. With these secret doorways, there is two ways of opening them, and I've noticed that there's a few Dark Soulers out there that have got themselves a bit muddled on it. Because when I've been helping people out in the past, I've been full on. It's like twatting at the wall where there's a secret door, and they've not been able to, for the life of them, work out what I'm trying to tell them. So with these secret doors, you can either reveal them by hitting them, then you've got the other type, which basically
I'll leave this one to you.
Which basically some people where did I get the some people from? Yeah, where some of the doors, sorry, not people, some of the doors require you to walk up and simply hit the action button. I'm just going to go up and deal with those guys before it is. Apparently I'm going to get jabbed inside by a spear and stuff. Now, this next bit could be where some swearing comes into play, so I will warn you. Fucking hate this bit with a passion. The item up there, I believe, is it's one of those like useless items. It's not actually worth going after. I can't actually remember which one it is. I know it's one that's not really worth going after. But basically, to get to it, you just simply run and jump across. Obviously, not the way I did. If you want to go after it, by all means. I'm gonna leave it because I can't be asked to climb all the way back up to So if you go for the item up the end of the sword, be on your guard, because when you get to the top you will be ambushed from behind. My heart was in my throat just then. I thought I was going to slide off. Oh dear. So again, same basic principle as the last one. Hit and roll out of the way. And repeat. Now then, question now is, do I go ahead and deal with Lost Giant first, or do I go Bonfire first? I think I can manage to deal with the enemy. It's relatively easy. Of course, I say that, you watch now, I'll get my ass handed to me. That will be Sod's Law's way of saying don't get overconfident. But actually I'm going to have to go Bonfire at least, because I need to restock my flasks. So I'll just quickly use the Bonfire, then we'll deal with him. Or I say flask, I only have one at present. Do I even have any shards on me? No, I don't. Okay, we won't look at that too much then. So to get to the Lost Giant, come down this lift, and he's just down the end of the corridor at the bottom. Later on, when you get the iron key, you'll want to come back down here and go through the door to the left as well, because the key to the second DLC is down there. Actually, last time I went through, I had to get a friend to help me out. So with this boss, the best thing to do is try and stay within his legs in a sense. Or obviously watch out for him stomping as well. At this point in the battle, he will pull out his, well, I say pull out, he'll rip his arm off and use it as a club. So again, make sure you stay as close into his legs as you can, still being aware of his stomping manoeuvre. Voila! Down he goes. Now the soldier's key that I've just picked up from him, I'll show you where that goes in a sec. I'm just debating whether to go spend my souls first, because I do remember what's down there, and I remember quite clearly that it ain't pleasant. Well, I say it's not pleasant, it's more the volume of this particular thing. Oh, actually, yeah, there is an NPC invader down there, I believe, so I had better just go spend my souls first. Actually, just a minute. Might be able to make her move now. Let me just.
Or we get strangling in the jump. Seems like the full swell union. They say they from each but you. It's high time of about.
So once you've exhausted her dialogue, she'll say it's high time she picks up and moves. Now, I can't remember whether it's the pursuer I have to take out. Oh no, it was the Lost Giant. There we go. She's moved. So she'll now take up refuge in Medulla. I also believe that she'll now have an infinite supply of life gems on her as well, so you can simply stock up on those as and when you need to. When she moves to Medulla, she'll be over here on this wall, just next to where you go through to get to the Forest of the Giants. Should I level up? Actually, it might be worth me just upping my strength a wee bit and my dexterity too. I will go back to my stamina and stuff in a minute. I'd say hate to do this. I'm just going to sort of give everyone a heads up here. The thunderstorm that I mentioned at the beginning of this recording, it has gotten slightly worse than what it was, and unfortunately not all of my electrical equipment is protected by surge protectors and stuff. And since I don't want to risk my PS4 being frazzled and whatnot, I may be forced to end this recording at some point soon. But I'll keep going for now, and I will monitor the storm a bit and see what happens. Now this is a good shield to have for later on, so I'll pick one of those up. Now, of course, there is an alternative reason for why I've just gone and spent some souls on him. Once you've spent a certain amount of souls on him, simply go to the bonfire to reset everything. Once you've done that, go back to him. He'll have some new stocking. Later on, once you've spent a certain amount of souls with him, he will have an armor set called the Smelted Demon armor set. And this particular set of armour you will need when you're in the Iron Keep if you wish to traverse the lava that's in there to get to certain items that are sat on the lava. Since the ring that they used to have in the game for dealing with lava is no longer in it. I'm not entirely sure why they chose to take it out. It makes no sense to me whatsoever. So I've just gone and got my hands on the first two pieces of armour. actually, having said that. Actually, no, yeah, no, it's after the pursuer, isn't it? Yeah, no, scratch that. What I was having a bit of a discussion with myself over just then is there is another set of armour I could have gone for called the Dranlek armour, for those of you that have never played it before, and it's a little bit better than what I'm sorting out right now, but I've just realised I can't actually get to it till I've dealt with the pursuer anyway, so I'm still going to need an alternative form of armour anyway for dealing with the pursuer. But before we go deal with him, I'm going to show you where the soldier key goes. We'll just deal with this guy down here as well, so that he's kind of sneaking up on me. So the soldier key opens this door here. Just a heads up, there are skeletons down here. There are some like torches you can light down here as well. I don't have any of those, do I? That's a bit sad. We'll just have to prance around in the dark then. Now that's one thing about this game I really didn't like, the fact that the locking system doesn't work very well. You push the button to lock on and it doesn't always lock on first time. Watch out for these stones, which can be quite nasty. Some of them can even parry as well. Three of you. I've only attracted one of you, so this is going to be oh no! Some of you would probably think I was insane right about now, and you're probably right. One down. Two down. Back in the day there was a time where I wouldn't come up here because there was three of them up here, and at the time I could barely handle one. But now it's not really so bad. Oh, you've got to be kidding me. Really? What's the point in rolling? Oh, actually no, that was probably my fault. So I'm just looking at my video, because I'm watching my own recording on my laptop, you see, and I'm just... Oh, yeah, I rolled the wrong way, that was my fault. My recording has just confirmed that, because of course what you don't know is my recording's got a bit of a delay on it, so... Done, halberd user, go away. Sod off and all. Right. Which was on? No, I didn't. Just trying to think. Oh, what a stupid fucking idiot. Hang on a minute. Here's me trying to find a way to light a torch. I've just realised I can use the bonfire. Dumbass! And I think that I was considering myself to be a experienced Dark Souler. Right now I'm making myself look more like a bleeding novice. Roll around me. Shit. Well, if you've got the right items to go with it. So like if you've got items that can boost your item discovery. You come very That's better, now we can actually see what we're doing. So I don't need that anymore. Of course, one pain in the arse problem is now that I've died, it now means I'm going to have to try to recover my souls. And it means I'm going to have to deal with these two fuckers again. Whoops, oh shit. What in the 1 second. Shit. Ow. Someone want to clue me in on what actually happened there with those other two? It really is weird. Get off the fucking ladder a minute. Thank you. For those of you that were watching my recording, I'm guessing you all just saw that. I assume I recorded. Huh? I am really quite confused right now. Not entirely sure how he ended up levitating up in the air like that. Very interesting. Shit. Okay. Well, at least my souls are on the ground this time, so I don't have to go back up there this time. We can bypass them. Now, the comment I said earlier about being an experienced player, I know I'm dying a fair bit, and so those of you would think, how can I call myself an experienced player? My excuse to that is everybody has a bad day, and this is clearly my bad day, because I don't normally die this many times anymore. I used to die a lot, but I've improved a great deal. But today, it would seem I am having a bit of a crap day. So please do not judge me on my performance today. Those skeletons, when they want to, really do pack a wallop. So... fucking hell, blasted archer. Whoa! Oh, fuck off. I'll deal with him in a minute. I just need to address my current health problem. Shit! I can't believe it, they followed me all the way in. That helps. Now that I'm only dealing with one opponent. Right. I'm gonna have to make a trip to the merchant and get some knife gems, I think. I really need to start trying to find some Estus shards as well, I'm thinking. Of course, as I did also point out earlier, those turtleback bloody things do give me a lot of trouble, and did give me a lot of trouble back in the day. I'm just gonna light the bonfire a second, and I'll deal with Armored Dennis. There she is. He. Ow! Yeah, you gotta watch out for her magic. It's pretty nasty. Right, basically. Shit. Yeah, I expect that. I did expect that. Fucking pain in the arse. Fucking hate her. When I started to first play the remake of Dark Souls 2, I've got to admit, she did give me a lot of fucking trouble. Well, to be fair, she still does now, really, as you've just seen. Oh, bollocks. Bad time to heal. Of course, it didn't help that that little shit there joined in with the fight. If it had just been me versus her, it might have been alright. Unfortunately, her little boyfriend decided he wanted to go. Not entirely sure where he came from either. Oh, don't start this again. You're going to have to be quicker than that. Got her. What a nuisance. Right, now she's out of the way. Come down to this room here. You can get... Alright. Helps I'm in the right place. Examine it, you can get Seed of the Giant. Might not necessarily give it to you straight away, it depends. Although I can't remember what it depends on. But basically what the Seed of the Giant does is basically if you get invaded by someone and they're pissing you off because you can't seem to get rid of them, because you do get a few childish ones out there, I'm sorry to say. I've had my fair share of them. Basically, you use that Seed of the Giant, and all of the mobs within your world will then not only go after you, but they'll also turn on the invader as well. So it's a good idea to keep some Seed of the Giants in stock. Well, I'm sort of hoping we won't have to deal with any invaders here, since most people have gone on to Dark Souls 3 now, same as myself, but I'd like to come back to the older ones every now and again.
I'm glad.
Now, I'm just going to purchase the last 2 pieces of my armour.
Thanks very much. Do come again.
I am now just about ready to deal with the sewer. It's going to be a bit of a hard fight. Yes, I do. Now you're probably thinking, why isn't he levelling up? Why aren't you doing anything with the stats? Well, to tell you the truth, the stats are nothing without the armour, and again, the armour is nothing without the stats. And I am gonna level up in a moment. Well, a little bit. Just trying to make sure that I'm equipped well enough to deal with the sewer.
Seek lest this land.
Actually, so we'll avoid levelling up this time round because there's something else I'm going to need. That's not very helpful. Oh yeah, the venture, I forgot about that. We'll just take a quick detour a second before we deal one mob in here actually, seeing as how it's only first playthrough. See, I personally think they should have made a DLC revolving around that giant ass book there, you know, get sucked in or something. Ah, Bear's Lockstone. I knew there'd be one here somewhere. So once you clear out this bit down here and use the bonfire again, the photographer will come and set up his little spot. Next to the giant map. Whee! Estus Flash Shard. Finally we have our first one. I'll go give that to the Emperor before I commence with my assault. Ah, now, the Soul Vessel. For those of you that have never played before, the Soul Vessel, if you take it to the hag that you spoke to right at the very beginning when you were selecting your stats, you can basically change all your stats around, start from scratch basically, relocate everything. So basically, like, say you were levelling up your stats as a swordsman and then you decided, you know what, the swordsman's not for me, I'd rather go mage. You can simply take all those points back off and shove them onto your mage stats instead. Which I thought was pretty useful. And you can do this as many times as you want, so if you wanted to, you could keep rotating
to see light, however,
between being a swordsman and a mage as many times as you want, so long as you've got soul vessels to give her. Shit. Ow. Oh, you're kidding me. See, that's something else that really pisses me off about this game. When they knock themselves out and are on the floor, we can swing at them and it does fuck all. We get knocked out and land on our fucking backsides and can't move. They can carry on swinging at us and doing tons of damage to us. Now where in the rule book does it say that that's fair? So you can take on the Pursuer up here, which is a much larger battlefield, or you can take him on inside his boss arena. So I've chosen to take him on here purely because I like the extra souls. So we'll see how it goes. Shit. I've always had trouble with the pursuer though, to be fair. He's a royal pain in the backside. Of course, it's things like this though that make me wonder what the hell the point in putting armour into this game was all about, because as you've just clearly seen, he cut through my armour like it was nothing. I might as well not have been wearing it. It's like, why was I even wearing it? So in order to go and do away with the pursuer, I will now have to go take him on in the boss area, and I'll show you where that is in a moment. I'm just going to finish collecting the rest of these items. In all fairness, it is a lot difficult taking him on up there, and the fact that you've got those other soldiers that get in the way as well. But of course there's lots of good points to it as well, because if you take him on up there and successfully defeat him, I believe you're rewarded with something like 20,000 souls, if I remember correctly. So it's well worth doing. Times like this, I really hate Dark Souls. I really hate these spearmen with a passion. They really wind me up. You'll notice that when I finish this area, I don't come back here very much at all. In fact, I try to avoid it like the plague, because I hate spearmen. They wind me up something chronicle. I'll tell you what, we're going to go a different route to try and bypass them. What's another thing as well, when you're backstabbing something, they can continually damage you, but when one of them's backstabbing one of you, you can't do jack all about it. You can swing at them and it does jack all. course there won't be any sun signs now. Everybody's moved on. Oh. For me, this thing is a royal nuisance. There we go. For some reason, the game refused to let me take a life gem just then. I'm not entirely sure what that was all about. I think I've fixed it now though. Sort of. Shit. Oh, come off it. Blocking his attacks is not usually a very wise move. I mean, by all means give it a shot, but you're better off evading him. God damn. Oh, ow! Shit. Fuck's sake. Hear it for life gems, ladies and gentlemen. That was my bad. Come on. Thank you. Usually about now that I end up ballsing this up. Oh! Fuck! That was my fault. I got too itchy, trigger fingered. Not too trigger happy. I almost had him though. I'm just going to put it back to my jeweler because I did notice in my inventory earlier that I got another Estus Flash shard. So I'm just going to quickly nip back to my jeweler and have a word with the Emerald Herald and convert that to another Estus Flask because I think that might sort of push things in my favour a bit more. I've got more stuff to heal with. It can heal me quicker. Right, okay. Let's give it another shot then. second, well, no, wait, this would be my third time now, wouldn't it? So third time's the charm. But like I have also pointed out, the Pursuer has been a big thorn in my side for a long time. Every playthrough I've done, usually it has taken me bugger. That went horribly wrong. I actually intended to roll around him just then, but for some unknown strange reason it went horribly wrong. Shit. Perfect time to heal. That also would have been your ideal moment to strike just when so I could be stunned for a little bit. But unfortunately I had to waste that time healing. Whatever you do, do not let him hit you with that, because he will curse you and generally make your life hell. Oh crap. Couldn't get far enough away from him. The crossbows are usually a good way of taking him on if you've got assistance. It depends on whether you've actually got someone that can help you out. Roll! Right now though, he seems to be in quite a bit of trouble. He really doesn't like me right now for some very strange reason. Oh, bollocks. Yeah, this is why you don't let him catch you with that. Thought I was out of range of that, but apparently I wasn't. Foobarb. Oh, fucking hell. Shield bash to the face. Yeah, this may take me a while. Fucking hate this thing, I really do. Any other, well, I say any other boss on the game. There's one or two others that give me trouble, but this one's probably the one that gives me the most trouble, that winds me up the most. Royal nuisance. Oops. Ah, shit. That's what I get for running through everything. The reason I ran up there because I was trying to take a human effigy, because you see the thing is with this game, they've been the creators have been dicks basically, and basically each time you die the shorter your actual health bar gets, which I think is really fucking stupid personally. Although I suppose it does make the game more of a challenge, so I won't completely diss it. Oh hello, there's a shade there. Why not? Oh no, never mind. It's already been used, as is often the case. Is there anyone else here that I might grab? Yes? No? Maybe? Pass? Okay, no. Right, we're on our own. I'm running low on life gems now as well, so this is the crucial part where I've got to be extremely careful. I'm going to have to use my health potions wisely now. I lost my fucking orb of souls as well. Oh well. We'll start afresh. Shit. No! Oh, fucking hell. Take the damn potion. Thank you. Oh, shit. Rolled too late. Look, Pursuer, would you please take that crossbow out for me? It's getting in my way. Or just be a cooperative little mountain and fucking go down. Either or. Lucky for him he can float, otherwise that would have been him dead just then, going off the edge. That was close. Oh, come on. Give over. Oh, fuck's sake. Fucking barrel in my way now. Come on, heal. I don't care if I bleed myself in the face right now. If it means getting a damn health back, I'll go with it. All that, I used up all my damn stamina, so I didn't get a chance to strike him. Got him! Whew! 4th time lucky. I should point out that he is one of the very few bosses on this game that I struggle with. There's, like I said earlier, there's like 2 others that give me trouble. One of them is called the Smelter Demon. The other is the he's one of the great souls actually. He's called the Rotten. Like I say, he generally does give me a lot of trouble. fuck off. Bastard. I'm just trying to think what the best manoeuvre to make here would be. Yeah, I think I'll do that. Before I actually move on to the next area that I was intending to go through, I am just going to go grab a bonfire and a couple of items, because the area in which this bonfire is in, there's like two different ways in, but there's only one way in to these particular items that I'm thinking of. So I'm just gonna quickly go grab them a second. I'll skip the cutscene. This should take me to oh, what's it called? The Lost Bastille, that's the one. Oops. Golember, which you give to Steady Hand Macduff, who's actually in this particular area, but he's up the other end. We'll be dealing with him later. Now I'm going to light this bonfire, then I'm going to retreat back to Medulla, level up, and then I will head for the next area, where there are another 2 bosses to deal with, but these 2 are a lot easier. Realised I need to sort my vitality out, otherwise I'm not going to be able to carry very much. Well, wield very much. So this is the other armour set I was on about. Never been able to find a helmet for it though, if there is a helmet for it. Increased physical attack, I'll go with that. Of course, there are covenants throughout the game. There's 2 in Medulla. The next covenant within the game is the Blue Sentinel, which is in this area that I'm heading to now. Actually, it's up just after one of the bosses. I won't bother talking to him, but I will just sort of show you where he is. Hyde's Tower. Well, come on in, big man, let's go. I ain't got all day. Now these guys make me laugh. Me and my friend Field, we've had experiences with these things where they've literally gone fucking mental on us. And we've actually sort of like taken the piss out of them a bit, thinking that having a temper tantrum or something. Shit. So the main boss for this area is actually over there, but before you take him on, there are 2 of these levers. Make sure you pull both of them, otherwise you're going to make things very difficult for yourself when you take him on, because you'll be working within a very small arena. I think my tension span's going a wee bit. So I think I've been going for 2 hours. I'm gonna do this area and then I'm gonna call it there, because otherwise I'm gonna get wound up. And then obviously I'll do the next load of areas as and when I'm in the mood for it. I will come back to it, that is a promise, and like I said, I know in the past I started a Final Fantasy X guide as well, and I also promise I will go back to that at some point as well. I haven't forgotten about it, that's what I'm trying to say. I need some anger management. Shit. You know what? Screw it, I'm done. I've had enough. So I'm going to call it there. Thank you so much for watching. So far all I've succeeded in doing is making myself look incredibly bad. I'm normally a lot better at Dark Souls 2 than this. I think I'm just having one of those days today. So, like I say, I'm going to call it there. Thanks for watching. I've been your host, ydda123. Till next time.